The call came an hour before the wedding. A single sentence. A single voice I didn't recognize. "Sir, you should know something before she walks down that aisle." No name, no explanation. Just breathing. And a click. I stared at my reflection in the hotel mirror, tie perfectly straight, eyes steady but hollow, and felt something shift under my ribs, like a wire snapping silently inside me. I'd felt it before, years ago, the night her mother walked out. But this time the feeling was colder. I walked into the ballroom trying to bury it. Wedding lights, soft music, people pretending to love each other for a day. And then, her, my daughter, radiant, nervous, watching the entrance as if searching for someone who was supposed to make her feel safe. For a moment, she saw me. Her eyes softened, then hardened. Something flickered there. A warning? An apology? I couldn't tell. I took my seat in the front row. The groom's family sat opposite, loud, entitled, rehearsed. His mother eyed me like I was already a stain on her perfect evening. Then the ceremony began. And just when the priest asked everyone to rise, the groom's mother stepped forward, lifted her wine glass, and poured it over my head. Red liquid crawled down my face, warm and humiliating. "That's not a father," she whispered loud enough for the room to hear. "That's a disaster in a suit." The groom laughed. My daughter didn't. She stood up, and everything froze. Her voice didn't tremble. That scared me more than the wine dripping off my jaw. "Stop," she said. "All of you." The groom blinked like a boy caught stealing. His mother stiffened. Guests held their breath. She walked toward me slowly, eyes burning with something I had never seen on her face. Not anger, not embarrassment, guilt. A heavy, suffocating guilt. She grabbed a napkin, wiped my forehead, avoided my gaze, then turned to the groom. "I can't do this." He tried to laugh it off. She didn't move. I said, "I can't do this." Whispers spread like smoke. The groom reached for her hand. She let him touch her, but she didn't grip back. And then she said it, quietly, but the silence made it echo. "Because I know what you did." His face drained. His mother stiffened. People exchanged looks. My stomach tightened, an instinctive reaction I couldn't hide. The phone call, her guilt, this moment. It all connected. But the picture wasn't clear yet. "What exactly did he do?" his mother asked through her teeth. My daughter inhaled shakily, looked at me, then looked away. Not a good sign. Not at all. "I'll explain in the morning," she murmured, almost to herself. "But the wedding is over." She removed the ring, placed it in the groom's trembling hand, turned around, and walked out, alone. And as she left, the look she gave me, half apology, half plea, dug into my ribs like a slow, deliberate knife. I knew then this wasn't about a ruined ceremony. This was about something she had been hiding from me. Something that would break everything open. She didn't come home that night. Didn't answer my calls. Didn't respond to messages. Just silence. The kind of silence that has weight. At 3 a.m., I started searching. Quietly. Coldly. First, her social media activity. Deleted posts. Old photos hidden. A 3-month gap that suddenly meant something. Then her medical files, accessed through an account I knew she thought I'd forgotten. A doctor's appointment she never told me about. A prescription refill she never mentioned. My pulse slowed. Not panic, calculation. Next, I pulled the phone logs from our shared family plan. Calls to an unknown number. Long ones. Late ones. The same number that had called me before the wedding. I traced it to an apartment, then to a name. His name. Not the groom's. Someone older. Someone married. Someone whose address I recognized from the groom's guest list. A cousin. A cousin he was close to. My hand tightened around the phone, but my breathing stayed even. My daughter wasn't impulsive. If she walked away from her own wedding, something had pushed her hard enough to shatter her. At dawn, I found what I needed. A file she had kept on her cloud, half deleted, not fully erased. A DNA test, pending. I stared at the screen, my jaw locked, my throat dry. She wasn't testing herself. She was testing someone else. I checked the name. The Groom. My vision blurred for a second, just long enough to feel the ground steady beneath me again. So that was the betrayal. Not against her, against me. Because she had known. She had known before the wedding that her fiancé might not be who he claimed to be. But she waited until the ceremony to break. Why? Only one reason made sense. She wasn't ready to face the truth until she saw how easily he laughed when his mother humiliated me. That laugh broke something in her. And now the truth was coming. Morning would bring it. The results arrived at 8:12 a.m. A simple notification. I opened it, read it once, then twice. The groom wasn't biologically related to the man he called his father, but he was related to the cousin. His mother had lied for 25 years. My daughter had found out. And instead of destroying him then, she waited until the wedding, until his family tore me down to let their own secret burn them. I drove to their house, no knocking, just walking in. The groom's mother stood in the kitchen, swollen-eyed, trembling. She must have cried all night. Good. I placed the printed results on the table. No words. She read them. Color drained from her face. Her knees almost buckled. "You," she whispered, "how did you?" I didn't answer. The groom stumbled in, hair messy, shirt wrinkled. He looked at the papers and broke. "What is this?" he gasped. "Mom!" His mother couldn't speak, he realized. Slowly, horrifically. "You lied to me?" Still nothing. I watched them collapse under the truth I didn't even have to say out loud. I didn't shout, didn't gloat, didn't smile. Silence did the damage for me. My daughter appeared behind me, calm, steady. "You told them?" she asked. "No," I said. "The truth told itself." She stepped forward, placed the ring box on the counter, and looked directly at the groom. "You laughed when your mother humiliated my father," she whispered. "But the person who should have been ashamed was you." He sank onto a chair, head in his hands. "I was going to marry you," she said, "knowing this secret, keeping it buried. Not anymore." His mother finally spoke, voice breaking. "You ruined our family." My daughter shook her head. "No, you did. Years ago." Then she turned to me. "Let's go, Dad." That was the revenge. Not the DNA, not the reveal, not the collapse of their perfect facade. It was her choosing me, not them, not him, me. We sat in the car, engine off, morning light breaking through the windshield. She didn't cry. I didn't ask her to. Some wounds don't need tears. They need oxygen and time. "I should have told you earlier," she said. "You told me when it mattered." She nodded slowly. "I'm done with them." Good, because betrayal doesn't rot from noise. It rots in silence. She reached over, took my hand once, then let go. No dramatic apologies, no desperate promises, just truth. And truth, when spoken plainly, is its own kind of mercy. As we drove away, I didn't look back at the house behind us. Some places collapse the moment you learn what they're built on. And some people, too. My daughter stared straight ahead, jaw set, eyes clear. For the first time in years, we were aligned. Not broken, not healed, just done. And as the house disappeared in the rearview mirror, one quiet, final thought settled in my chest. Sometimes, the most brutal revenge is simply walking away before they know how to follow.